We used to know, for example, what belligerency was. Full stop. Belligerency, I believe, is defined as waging a regular and recognized war. Full stop. It must be regular and it must be recognized. Otherwise, I suppose it is guerrilla fighting, which is not belligerency. Full stop. And in so far as states or rulers are concerned, the opposite of belligerency used to be neutrality, that is not siding with a power which is belligerent or which is waging an active and recognized war. Full stop. Yet delegates here must know how vaguely the word neutrality or neutralism, as it is sometimes called or is used now, sometimes as a term of abuse, sometimes in a different way, but mostly in a manner which does not describe what is meant exactly. Full stop. As I understand the terms belligerency and neutrality in relation to powers refer to a state of war or to countries not joining a war. Full stop. But as everyone knows, these words are used even when there is no active war. Full stop. If a country is supposed to be neutral today, then presumably some other country which is not neutral should be described as belligerent. Full stop. And yet that would be a wrong description because the other country is not engaged in regular or recognized warfare. Full stop. I do not quite know how international law or jurists of repute would define what is called Cold War. Full stop, which is presumably some kind of suspended belligerency. Full stop. Next paragraph. All these developments create problems for politicians and statesmen. Full stop. I do not suppose that juristic definitions solve such problems. Full stop. Nevertheless, they might clear the air a little, and I hope that an eminent body of scholars and jurists will throw light on these terms so that at least our thinking may become straight. Full stop. Next paragraph. As I said, we find today a return to some extent to the idea of the old Holy Alliance backed by military, tax, and economic measures. Full stop. I should say that there is more than one Holy Alliance. Full stop. Behind all this lies enormous danger to the world in case of war. Full stop. I take in that international law is meant primarily to prevent war. Full stop. Its purpose is to settle problems and disputes by methods other than war. Full stop. War is an absence of law. Full stop. It is true that so far international law does not have behind in the same strength but domestic law does. Full stop. But its main purpose is the avoidance of war. Full stop. Almost everybody in the wide world dislike the idea of war today because it is so dangerous. Full stop. How can jurists and lawyers help in the avoidance of war? Question mark. They cannot help directly in political developments, but they can do much here.